Oh boy.
And we're back.
A
Welcome to the
story.
Inbetween. Yeah. You referenced that in another episode.
I did.
And I just edited it the other day.
Yeah.
And I had the same reaction where I was like, we're back!
So,
Hell
like,
yeah!
the other day, Chris was like, you came over to my apartment, but I was asleep. And you hung out with Chris. And after I woke up, she was like, oh my God, Scott said that he was editing the videos and he missed you so much, it's embarrassing.
Wow. Way to milk that one.
I was like, oh, my friend likes me. I thought it was very funny.
I don't think I put it in that exact words.
Oh, she did.
Because I'm a man.
She did.
I don't feel feelings.
I feel too many feelings. I feel so many feelings. Oh my God.
How do you feel?
You know that Ed Sheeran song, Castle on the Hill?
No. Because I don't know names of things.
Okay. I've listened to that song, I've heard it front to back 6 times.
Okay.
You want to know how many times I've cried at that song?
7?
6. I've cried every time I've heard that song. Because it's the greatest love song of all time. And it's not even about a woman, or it's just a feeling of what is home and what it means to feel like you belong, and everyone from your past, how they have supported you, and your past makes your life going forward. Every time I cry like a baby.
Oh.
And most of the time it's when Chris and I are on our way to work or on our way back home from work. And so, I just have to, put my sunglasses on and look out the window and do, the man cry thing. Do you know the man cry move? So the man cry move, you make, a finger gun with one of your hands, typically your right hand, so you can look the other direction. It depends on, where someone's sitting. But I do it with my right hand. So you put it here, so that the little crease of your thumb and finger is right at your lips.
Hold your bottom lip.
So then when you cry, the tears go right into your mouth.
They hit your fingers and you funnel them in?
Yeah, you funnel them in so they can't see it. But then the song ends, and she's like, are you okay, honey? I go, no. I cry every time I hear that song. It's so lovely. You should listen to it.
I mean, that's amazing, though, man. I remember growing up and being in high school and all that, it taught me to not feel feelings and just be completely desensitized to everything.
Right.
And in college, I finally was I'm not connecting with the movies I see very much. When I go to the theater, I'm just watching it and I'm like, cool, that was fine, let's go home. And so I just started putting myself in the character's shoes. And whenever really fucking intense moments happened, I started tearing up. And now I can't get rid of it. And so now when I watch movies, I watched Wonder Woman, and there's this fucking amazing scene. I'm not gonna ruin anything. I'm just saying there's this amazing scene, and it's happening. There's slow motion bullets and shit, and I'm just just tears. I was like,
really?
This is amazing. Yeah.
I think that's important, and something that is weirdly not encouraged for dudes.
Absolutely.
And I was raised by a single mother, for the most part.
Sure.
Yeah. And so emotions were always there. It was always you talk about your feelings, you have feelings, and I think I got it more than my brothers did, because I'm a middle child. So, Tyler, he had to grow up real quick. Bleep out his name. I don't know if you'd like me to say his name.
Okay.
But my older brother, he had to grow up real quick. He had to be the man of the house, And then my little brother is just fucking Buddha reincarnated. I'm almost positive that he is the reincarnated soul of Walt Whitman.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah. He's the fucking best.
Just super in touch
He's
with...
so in touch with just the world and how he's just so wise.
Okay.
I remember it was a few months after I moved down here to California, and he came to visit, and I took a wrong exit on the freeway, and I was still trying to figure out the lay of the land down here in California, trying to figure out the freeway system and all that, and I started getting really stressed out and got really mad in the car, and he's in the front seat. He just kind of puts his hand on my shoulder and he goes, "Hey, bro, don't worry. Every road leads somewhere. Wow. I was like, fuck!
Yeah.
You're so wise! You little Buddha!
That's amazing.
But yeah, I mean, so emotions and feelings and things like that have always been really important to us and kind of on the forefront of our understanding of life because of my mother, who's a fantastic woman. And so I get called a pussy a lot.
Yeah, right.
And it's like, well, fuck you. At least I can connect with the rest of the world.
Yeah,
You know, at least I can have this empathy. At least I can have this understanding. And you just get to sit there and yell at sports games and be sad forever because you can't experience love.
Right. I mean, that's extreme, but that's like kind of what it comes down to,
that's
right?
What the extreme masculinity and that like identity is anymore. It's don't cry, don't show emotion, be tough. And I think feeling something is tougher than just kind of pushing it down. Mm-hmm. It's more important, I think, to experience things than
and it's super unhealthy too.
Yeah,
like, to just bottle shit up. Like
that's why dudes have heart attacks at 40.
When I was hanging out with Chris the other day, we talked about like relationships in the past and stuff, and about how like I had some really fucking terrible relationships, and the most like the reason behind it is both of us in the relationship just bottle up our emotions,
right? And
eventually it would just boil over and come to head, and we'd scream at each other like relentlessly, you know. And that shit's so unhealthy. And after that relationship ended is when I was like, I'm gonna start feeling things, you know. And it's,
something's got to give here,
right? And but you're totally right about the. I'm trying to back up and like respond to points. My mom was always like, if you need to cry, cry. If you have, sure. You know, let that stuff out. And so when I was little, I definitely had that like emotional influence. And I have a thing like when I get really mad, I cry. So like I'm just like super pissed off and I start crying and I'm like mad that I'm crying, so I cry more because I'm mad. Yeah, it's just like this fucking circle and like, Rah!
Right.
And then
well, I think that's like I used to get like that because it was like years of trying to repress shit. Mm-hmm. Where it was like, well, my pride is going to let me be angry, but I'm not going to feel anything but anger.
Right.
And then it just kind of folds all into it itself, right? And it's just kind of a snake eating its own tail.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know where I was going with any of this, but
feel stuff.
Yeah,
feel inside.
The message is for you
stuff
guys.
Like that.
Totally, you feel things and don't be afraid to. And when someone like cuts you down for feeling things, fuck them. Go feel things.
Well, really, that's their insecurity. If someone cuts you down because you're emotional or you're feeling something or you're having a visceral reaction, it's because they can't. Because something in their life cut them off from this wealth and this font of joy and depression and love and sadness and it like the gamut of emotions. Mm-hmm. And they've been so cut off from it for so long that when they block you like that, it's to save themselves.
Yeah, they can't handle
not to hurt you. They're trying to save themselves. So feel stuff as much as you can. I think it's very important, especially now more than ever. Feel everything, understand your emotions, because we live in such a volatile backdrop right now that understanding your emotions and then doing something good with them is now more important than ever, I think.
And it connects to like being honest with yourself at the same time, right? So if you're feeling those things, you're being honest with yourself, and if you're honest with yourself, you're more likely to be honest with other people.
Absolutely.
And if you're honest with other people, conflicts will resolve probably less violently.
They won't be as violent. You can actually have a discourse, you know?
Right, you can talk about things.
Yeah, you can, if you understand that, you know, these emotional things are happening, that we do have this tension, mm-hmm. instead of getting mad about it, being able to understand it and then move on from it is going to be a lot better.
Totally.
Keeping that conversation open. And I think that's where we should probably wrap it up. So, Squad, I love you.
Love you too, man.
And I love everybody listening. And I love our moms and dads. And Mom, for you, fuckity fuck.
And Father's Day is this weekend, so...
Oh, yeah, I gotta call Pops.
Go appreciate your dads.
Yeah, go call your dads. And,
feel things with your dads.
I just love you guys. Thanks, all 25 of you, for listening.
All right, we'll see you guys in the next episode.
See you topside. What an interesting conversation.
Oh, Mr. Pie, next in between.
Oh my God, so scary. So scary, dude. Oh shit, my wife called.